Hello ladies, how are you? I hope that you are well. I'm going to do a video of a question that I get asked very often, especially that right now. So most of you are going through the journey of learning how to best use MyFitnessPal. Remember that every time that I get you guys to track your food on MyFitnessPal is with the idea of doing not only getting obsessed with I don't want you to get obsessed with the numbers, neither with the targets. It's a good thing that we want to reach or we want to aim to have the numbers as accurate as we can to those goals that I have given you. However, I do not want you to get obsessed over the numbers. The process with MyFitnessPal, more than letting the numbers get in your head so much, is more about discovering what is it that I am eating currently and how can I learn from what I'm eating. What are the meals that maybe are not so good for my macros, or what are the meals that are making my macros get a little bit off track because I genuinely didn't know that food had either too much fat or too little protein or so many carbs, etc. Whatever is the case. So the question that I got asked was, how do I know what meals are making my fat go higher? Whether that is fat, your carbs, or your protein. It applies for everything. And so what I have done for all of you is I created a hypothetical day of how one day of my life will go by with the foods that I'm eating. All of this is hypothetically, so I don't eat this. I just did it so I can do you this video. So don't even bother about taking a screenshot of my goals or my macro split or my calories, because that will be individual to me. And so it wouldn't work. That's something as well that I want to tell you, ladies. Macros is not a magic number that if you hit every day, you will have your dream body. This is a journey in which we will be adapting on based on feedback on how you feel, how is your digestion, how you're going to toilet. I mean, if you're doing number one, no, it doesn't really matter. Number two, if you're doing it, what is the consistency of the number two? If it's too liquid, if it's too thick, are you actually not going at all? Also, how is your digestion? Are you feeling bloated? How is your sleep? Are you feeling that you're not recovering after your sleep? So all of those are the different types of metrics that we will be looking at when it comes to digging deeper into the nutrition. And that's what actually matters more than the actual number. So if you follow any fitness, any of your fitness idols that you follow, and they are going to have an X number to hit. In my case, this is my macro breakdown. Yes, so 1,900 calories, 200 carbs, 65 fats, and 140 protein. I'm saying this is not my current numbers, but even if they were, don't copy anyone's numbers. That's my message, because these numbers really, when you understand macros, it really depends to you as an individual. Because when I give you the macro target first, if I only give you the first macro target, we only finding out where you are at for then us be able to do adaptations. And second, this also includes your activity levels during the week. This also includes how stressed you are, your training intensity, your work activity. So on your day-to-day, are you sitting down most of the day? Are you walking most of the day? So this is totally personalized to each and every single one of you. There is no one of you who have the same macros to the other, because if you wanted to get that, there is plenty of free macro calculators online. I don't encourage you to use them because normally they are not as accurate as what I do with you girls, which is trying to understand where is your base point, and then from there trying to do the small fixes. Okay, so let's not get fixated over the number, is my message. Let's just use this as a learning journey for you to be able to understand what is on the foods that you are eating, so in the future you can be like myself. I haven't tracked macros in more than a year because literally I am very aware of what I eat every day. and my body just got used to this way of eating. If ever I want to know what is on the meals that I'm eating, I might rather track a meal that I don't normally eat, for example, when I go out on a restaurant or something like that. So then I have a better understanding of what is it that I'm eating, because everything else that I eat on my daily basis, I already know. And also something that I want to highlight is that this is not something that you should depend on. Like if you feel that you are totally lost, at the beginning, yes, stick to it as much as possible. But if you've been tracking your macros for years and years and years, and you feel that you lose control the days that you are not able to track, then I will advise you to get off the macros a little bit, and the security that you can do it without, and then later on get back into the macros. But that is something that I might do another video with regards. Yeah. Now, to answer the question, how do I know that I'm getting over one of my macros or that I'm not able to hit one of the macros? So this is a template of what a day in my life will look like, hypothetically. Yeah, I just put half Nando's in there with the intention of getting my macros a little bit off, because otherwise it would just be like I wanted to hit them. Yeah. So, for example, in here, we have that my macros is 1,945 calories, 200 carbs, 65 fats, and 140 protein, yeah? But according to what I eat today, I went up on protein a lot, I went up on fats, and I undereat carbs. So if I want to understand why is that I ate so much protein, if I did this, by the way, I would be feeling terrible. I would be feeling super bloated. I would be feeling watery because of the amount of fat. I might still have problems to go to toilet because there is not enough carbs or not enough greens into this day, not enough fiber. So I will not be feeling good next day, just saying it, but this is obviously based on experience. But if I want to know what is it that makes my numbers so high, it's just to go through your diary. You have it just right there. So here is a macro breakdown, yeah, and you have different views on the phone, but on the phone you have let me just tell you how it's on the phone. So on the phone, when you have a look into your diary up here, you have the option to I don't use this so long ago that I don't remember. 1 second. So here you have the breakdown of the food, and then here at the bottom you can go on nutrition, which is where you can actually see the macro splits, yeah, or the amount of fats and nutrients is split during the week. Then you have the nutrients, which gives you the breakdown of actual protein, carbs, fiber, and everything else. And then you have the macros. So some of you are only just looking at this graphic because you're just getting used to hit a percentage of 40% fat, 40% protein, 30% fats, 30% carbs. That is the first step of trying to get somehow somewhere closer to the macros that will benefit you for the body composition aim or goal, okay? But as I said, if you just go back into your diary, which is this one that we look in here, so basically this in here, and then I know, okay, my target for protein was 140 and I actually ate 223. So then I go through every single one of the meals that I ate, and then I notice that, for example, the Nando's half chicken itself was 82 grams of protein. So in the future, instead of having a half chicken, I might have just 1/4, especially if I have been eating everything else that I have eaten on the day. The other thing, for example, fats was 83 instead of 65. So then again, I go through the foods that I ate, and I would try to spot something that is really high on fats. For example, this mayonnaise tablespoon is 11 grams. So mayonnaise is pure fat, and it doesn't really have many nutrients, and 11 grams of fats is already 99 calories, so it's a lot of calories just on a tablespoon of mayonnaise. So in the future, what I will do, if I want to hit my target, definitely I will avoid the mayonnaise, and perhaps I will avoid something else like the olive oil, because I already or actually the half cutting down the half Nando's chicken for just a quarter will already give me the deficit that I was needing. Even you can even leave the mayonnaise in there, but take out the mayonnaise and take off half quarter of chicken, and then I will be hitting my macros for the fat. And in terms of carbs, then we need to see, all right, I didn't hit my carbs, but I hit everything else. So when you hit everything else and one of the macros is low, don't think that you have to make up for the macros that you didn't hit. Keep it like that, because at the beginning, the most important thing for us to focus is that you hit your calorie target and your protein target. Then after that, we can be more wise playing around with, okay, if I already surplus my protein, then I will be looking to having less chicken. I will be looking to maybe not having the protein shake, and I will be looking to maybe adding some oats, adding some fruits, adding some banana, something that is gonna give me good quality carbs, which you have seen on all the templates that I have sent you on the Facebook group, and they are all posted in the Facebook group, and I keep sending you about what is the good protein sources, what are the good carb sources, what are the good fat sources. I hope this is really clear. Again, do not let your head get obsessed over the fact that you're not hitting the numbers. Let's aim for improvement, not for perfection, because this is a learning process, yeah? And the more you try and the more you make mistakes, then the more you realize what is it that is making you get out of your goals and what is it that is helping you to get to your goals. So we take out those things that we don't need so much and we start including those things that are going to help us to feel better. I hope this is clear. It's not as hard as it looks. Also, I know tracking is stressful, but also, for example, something that I have done is every time I want to add something into my MyFitnessPal, or if there is meals that I eat very often, I have already created my meals. So I just need to go, for example, today for breakfast, I have a morning oats. So when I click on my morning oats and I add it into my MyFitnessPal, you will see it in a second. So there you go. The morning oats is all of this. So Morrison porridge, oats, organic rock syrup, quarter vanilla, protein, etc. By the way, this is foods that I have saved for many, many years. So the protein that I'm using right now is not this protein that you're seeing here. But that is, for example, a quick way of doing it. And how do you do that? You go on Edit. What I believe is select. I don't do it from the computer normally, but from the app, I'll show you here. So from the app, if you want to save a meal that you eat quite often, sorry, here. So you go up here where it says edit, yeah, and then it allows you to select either lunch or individual ones, and then you can go on either copy for the next day, or you can go as save as a meal. So like this, you save time on tracking, because if you eat the same or very likely the same meals on a regular basis, not every day, but for example, every Monday you eat very much the same, every Tuesday you eat very much the same. So next week, when it comes to entering your foods, you already have them saved in there, and that saves you a lot of time as well. Another tip will be trying to make your food dairy the day before. So don't eat and track. I mean, eating and tracking at first is good because we only just starting to understand what it is. But once you have a better understanding, okay, this is what macros I have, and this is the meals that I've been having, try to do your food diary. And I know some of you, like Gosha, who is very experienced on MyFitnessPal, some of you already do this. You plan your next day in advance, so you already have your food selection of what is it that you're gonna eat, and you don't leave it to random. You don't leave it to the how am I feeling on the day. And if, for example, it happens that you track it in advance and you truly didn't want to eat that meal, then you can modify it on the day with something that is gonna hit about the same macros. So that is the learning that takes this app. And again, don't think you're gonna get it right in the first week or the first 4 weeks. It takes a while. But the good thing is that when we start doing this, we're starting to create awareness of what we're eating. And just by doing this, even if you don't get it right, you are already doing 50% of the work of your nutrition, because before you truly didn't have no clue about what you were eating. So right now you are learning, and this is the discovery process that it takes. Okay? I hope it was all clear. I had tried to keep it nice and short, but you know that I like extending myself. See you all. Bye-bye.